Hello, Imaginers. It's Kyla coaching you to the career and life that you imagined. I am in the beautiful Catskills where the leaves are changing. It is magical here. And I started thinking about leaves changing and what they represent. If you think about why a leaf changes, it's because it's adapting to its environment. So the warm air is moving away, the cold air is moving in, and the leaf starts to change to stay in flow with its environment instead of resisting that environment. And I started thinking about all of the ways that we resist what is happening in our lives that we're actually being pulled toward. And instead we tend to resist it. You've heard me talk so much about the whispers that we all experience in our lives, the nudges that we all feel, but most of us resist them. And I certainly resisted them for many, many years. If you watched my last video, I talked about 3 of the early, I call them pioneers, wanderlust pioneers, people that I started following who helped me see that my life could be different. They gave me some of the practical know-how that helped me with that vision for a different life. And I wanted to tell you about the 4th culmination of that journey. 2 people actually that really inspired that continued journey to the life that I actually have now. And it was a conference that my husband and I went to. He was my then boyfriend, now husband, and we signed up for a conference that combined your spiritual strengths and your Gallup Strength Finder strengths. And by the end of the weekend, we left with basically a mission statement for our life. And I often tell people often ask me, what was one of those aha moments that you had that helped you to stop resisting the urges and the nudges that you'd had for so long and help you move toward them. And it was really that weekend that we spent. And what happened was, by the end of the weekend, the vision for my life had become so clear that I couldn't unsee it. And that was really a culminating moment that helped me to move toward the life that I really wanted. And in those culminating moments, the words that we had written down in this seminar, the vision that I truly had for my life became in black and white on a page, and in a way that I couldn't unsee it anymore. And that's when we really began moving toward the life that we imagined, and we started making plans. We created outcomes for our life, which is now what I teach in my practice, and we started moving toward that. So it seemed like such a beautiful, apropos place to revisit that moment and look at a physical representation of the change in the leaves in the Catskills and across America during this time of year, and ask ourselves, what if we started going more with the flow? What if we started changing with the momentum that is in our lives? Because it has been there all along. Most of us just resist it. And again, I resisted it for many, many years. But I can tell you that once I started identifying and moving with the flow, my life became so much more joyful, so much more at ease. I can't believe this is a job that I am undertaking at this point in my life. I can't believe this is my life. And I can tell you that going into the flow and not resisting it any longer is the reason that I was able to move to the life and career that I imagined. So this week, I hope that you will start to look at some of the changing leaves around you and ask yourself, what if I became a little bit more in flow with what I feel around me, the nudges, the whispers that are happening? What would be different in my life? I would love to help you along on this journey. Check out my website at kylamartinconsulting.com for some resources to help you create the life and career that you imagined. You know, as always, I'm cheering you on to that life. Take care, everyone.